Okay, I'm back. April the 11th, as we move along here. Today commemorates us being in the MTC for 1 week. Well, that's true. I entered the MTC on April the 4th. It's April the 11th. I was in the MTC a long time. 9 weeks I was in the MTC. Normally, missionaries were 8 weeks, but I was part of the first transfer I was there was 4 weeks long, and the second transfer was a 5 week transfer, which at that time happened like twice a year. And so I had a 4 week and then a 5 week, so 9 full weeks. So this is my first week in the MTC. It seems strange that I've been here so long, but it's true. I've received three letters today, which was muchly needed, I must say. One was from mom and dad, and everything went well with dad and Gord driving home. Gord probably drove 4 hours out of the 16 or 17-hour drive, which is good practice for him. I wonder when he'll go for his license. I felt that living with Gord for the past few months since I left was impossible because there were so many things that bothered me. It's true. Gord was so difficult to live with. I know he was kicked out by his parent, like his mom. She was divorced and going through troubles, and he needed a place, and so he crashed with us. But wow, and I think that had a lot to do with his mental state, his, just kind of who he was. I don't know if you want to call it mental illness, but just the peculiarities of his personality, and so we were able to take him in, but living with him was just really, really troublesome. But now I can see that that was an experience that will help me on my mission. I do miss Gord now, and I'm anxious for his arrival at the MTC in a few weeks. For him, it will feel like forever, but I hope he gets everything out of his system before he enters real life. Yeah, because Gord was a year or two older than me, going on his mission a bit late. He was going to be going to Boston, but it was great. Once Gord got to the MTC, it was all five of us in the MTC at the same time. There was Lane Clark and Gord Manson, Todd Coleman, Mike Penn, and myself. All five of us, young men from the same ward in the MTC at the same time. It was pretty impressive. Anyway, David finally bought a new suit, so now he's ready for the workforce. I hope and pray that he will get a job suited to him. I wonder how Ryan's doing. Uh, you know, 30 some years later, David never really found a job. But he has so many other talents, and he's been wonderful in helping with the family. He's been wonderful helping. He helped with Granny and Grandpa, especially in their later lives, and he does annual accounting for a company, and he's managing. I want to develop a stronger love for him. Um, Brian and I, have developed a good friendship over these many years. It took him, when I went on my mission, it took him a few years to find himself. He didn't stay with the church, of course, but he had to figure out who he was in life. He didn't go to university, but he finally went into trades, is a very successful auto mechanic, and very, very successful in that field, very top of his field at the dealership where he works. And I'm really proud of him. He's just really, really skilled in that, and he found some great friends that have stuck with him these last 30 years. Ed, and he's carved out a good life for himself. Um, I said I do love him, but I just don't love some of the things that he does. Maybe I'll write to him on P Day. I also received a letter from Lisa, which was nice, and a letter from Elder Burgart. So I wrote him back right away. Hopefully he'll get that by Friday. I one of the things that I did when I went on my mission is I tried to connect with my Regina friends. And Lisa, well, her maiden name is Gillard, but Marsh, she's been married happily to her husband for over 30 years now. We're almost 30 years. She got married just before we did. So I guess call it 29 years. But Lisa and I were close friends, along with my friend group back in high school. And when I went to the MTC, I wanted to reach out to her and share with her what I was doing. And then at one point, I think I sent missionaries over to her house with a video of the plan of salvation and our Heavenly Father's plan and Together Forever. And anyway, I felt good about doing that and making sure I shared with her. And Elder Burgart, Bryce, he wrote for me so faithfully on my mission, and he drew lots of great pictures. Like you can see here, Elder Officer on the page. That's his writing, and this word Mark down here. That's all his doodlings, which is great. We learned a fair bit today, though it doesn't seem like it. I just hope and pray for the Spirit to be with me to help me make sense of everything I'm learning. I only gave myself a 3 on my SYL score. I have to try harder. So I think I remember we rated ourselves every day on like 1 to 5, I think, on how well we were speaking the language to learn it. It was so hard. Korean was so hard. I put in a roll of film today. Hopefully I'll get that back by Monday or Tuesday. So time is passing, and I'm enjoying my experience, and reading this is wonderful to help me remember all these great things.